Good afternoon to you and welcome to Sunshine Report on Osrc Television. I am Oyewumi Ayinigbara. Ondo State Acting Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has tasked political leaders on good governance, effective leadership and accountability. Mr. Aiyedatiwa, who gave the charge in Ibadan, Oyo State, while addressing eminent personalities at a yearly lecture series in honor of late Supreme Court Justice and one-time chairman nominee of Independent Corrupt Practices Commission ICPC, Justice Pius Olayiwola Aderemi. The acting governor said good governance entails prioritizing the interest of the people in every decision-making process, while leadership entails the ability to mobilize the followership in the political and government circle for effective action. Mr. Aiyedatiwa, who noted that good governance, leadership and accountability are the hallmarks of Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, said his administration was conscious of the expectations of the people, hence the drive to do what is right by them. Ondo State's government has concluded the 2023 annual promotion interviews for qualified teachers in public primary schools in the 18 local government areas. The chairman of the State Universal Basic Education Board, Victor Alabinton, who disclosed this at the end of the exercise, said the state was divided into 5 zones to guarantee a smooth itch-free exercise. Olabinton, who described the exercise as commendable, equally thanked Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu for his commitment to the welfare of civil servants. He added that the Akeredolu administration is ever committed to honoring its social contracts and electioneering promises to the people of Ondo State. Meanwhile, the federal government, through the Tertiary Education Debt Fund, will release the sum of 174 million naira to 28 tertiary institutions for the purchase of furniture, books, and ICT equipment. In a document by the Education Support Services of Debt Fund, the agency reviewed it had earlier disbursed the sum of 1.6 billion naira to 44 institutions for the purchase of the same resources. The 174 million naira is to be released for the second half of 2023. The final tranche of disbursement, as indicated by the test fund, shows that 46.5 million naira will be disbursed to 5 universities, 34.5 million naira to 7 polytechnics, while 93 million naira will be disbursed to 16 colleges of education. 28 states have failed to attract capital importation in the first quarter of 2023. Out of the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, only Ondo, Lagos, Abuja, Adamawa, Akwa Ibom, Anambra, Ekiti, Ogun, and Niger witnessed capital inflows. According to the new foreign direct investment data released by the National Bureau of Statistics, cumulative capital inflows totaled $1.13 billion, with Ondo recording $0.20 million. Worried by the figures, Managing Partner and Chief Executive Officer, Commercial Partners Asset Management, Tosin Oshokoya, said foreign investors' attraction to the Nigerian economy was waning. He cautioned that something positive must be done to tackle the ravaging trend which reduced foreign capital inflows into the local economy, particularly through foreign portfolios investment. The Association of Community Pharmacists in Nigeria, ACPN, has expressed concern over the state of drug distribution in the country, saying infiltrators and quacks have taken over its distribution channels. The association also advocated ethical drug distribution, lamenting that the current system of distributing medicines poses security threats to the health of the citizens. Its chairman, Wale Oladigbolu, said the challenges of medicine security have always been tied to the non-production of active pharmaceutical ingredients in Nigeria. ACPN urged government at all levels, including requisite stakeholders, to catalyze universal health coverage by formalizing better rules of engagement with community pharmacies in alignment with global best practices. The body added that the future of community pharmacy is undergoing significant global transformation driven by technological advancement, changing consumer expectations, and evolving healthcare systems. Men in the Catholic Diocese of Ondo have been charged not to neglect their core responsibilities to their family and to the body of Christ. The charge was given at the grand finale of the 2023 Father's Day of the Catholic Men Organization CMO of the diocese. Joy Pius reports that the top management staff of Ondo State Media Group, Mr. Stasiv Alabi, was an award recipient of the CMO for his commitment to the growth of the church, among many other outstanding awardees.
The Catholic Men Organization CMO of the Ondo Diocese converged on the Sacred Heart Cathedral, Akure, for a Holy Mass to celebrate the Diocese's 2023 Father's Day after holding the celebration in their various parishes. The officiating priest, Reverend Father Joseph Ojo, stressed the role of men in the family and society and charged them not to neglect their duties to their family and to the church.
As people are programmed as fathers and as members of the church, let us remember our duties towards the church and towards our family. That is why we are called CMO.
At a grand reception held immediately after the Mass, the President, Catholic Men Organization of the Ondo Catholic Diocese, Mr. Ogidengbe Omotoye, congratulated the fathers for the success of this year's celebration, urging unity of purpose to accomplish their responsibilities.
I want to strongly appeal to all our parishes and general authorities to allow synergy and unity of purpose in the diocese that stands here. Parishes standing aloof to the deanery and to the diocese for 10 great danger for the organization.
Speaking on the theme of the event, redirecting the CMO in Ondo Diocese through the life of Saint Joseph, Very Reverend Father Anthony Adebusui said the men must be true custodians of their homes by exhibiting godly characters.
So like Saint Joseph, are you providing for your family the basic things of life? Food, clothing and shelter. Are you the best teacher of your children? And what are you teaching them?
Highlights of the celebration were presentation of awards and recognition of deserving members of the church, including the senior management staff of Ondo State Media Group, Sir Steve Alabi, who was this year's recipient of the Committed Father to the Growth of the Church Award.
It's a kind of fulfillment because the little that we are able to do in the church is recognized by the CMO. This will spur one to do a little bit more in the church.
It's a great thing that when you serve God, you'll be rewarded too. And it encourages us to do more in the service of God, especially supporting Catholicism in Ondo Diocese.
In Christendom, anything about Christianity, the reward of hard work is small work. So anywhere you find yourself, once you're recognized, you have to do more. I pray that I'll be able to do more.
As the men look forward to another Father's Day celebration, the key takeaway is that their roles, both in the family and the church, has an important impact on the overall well-being of society. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Person (NAPTIP) has commended the Nigerian judiciary over what is described as recent landmark convictions on sexual and gender-based violence (SGBV) and related offences under the Violence Against Persons Prohibition (VAP) Act. NAPTIP Director General Professor Fatima Waziri Azi gave the commendation in Abuja at a retreat with judges and prosecutors on strengthening government approach in prosecuting sexual and gender-based violence, calling for robust partnership between NAPTIP, judges and prosecutors across every state of the Federation. She said 4 convictions were secured recently in the FCT and 1 landmark rape conviction in Sokoto. She noted that the scourge of SGBV and other related crimes must be cut on all fronts, with all relevant parties playing their respective roles with utmost sense of justice and integrity. 35 states have their different versions of the VAP Act, and the only state left is Kano. Police operatives attached to Lagos Rapid Response Squad have arrested a suspected quarters in Eyebrow, Ikoyi. The suspect, identified as Idris Ayala, was reportedly intercepted by police detectives on routine check along Oniru area of Ikoyi while he was in a car with his colleagues, perhaps going to Oniru Beach. Police Public Relations Officer Benjamin Uday said the 33-year-old suspect fired at the police operatives after they offered them bribe, which was turned down. According to Uday, his colleagues reportedly jumped down from the car and took to their heels, following which he was promptly rounded up and taken to custody. Meanwhile, Lagos State Police Commissioner Idowu Owunga has assured that efforts are on the way to arrest the fleeing suspect. No fewer than 30 people abducted by terrorists in the Danko Wasagu local government area of Kebbi State have been rescued by the Nigerian Army. Chairman of the council, Hussaini Bena, explained in Birnin, Kebbi, the state capital, that while 24 of those abducted were released on Friday, the remaining 6 regained their freedom early this week. Bena noted that the release of the outstanding allowances to the security agencies by Governor Nasir Idris had boosted the morale of the personnel, which led to the remarkable success. He commended the state government for what he described as a continued and monumental support to security agencies towards restoring peace in the state. Some of the abductees are from Kotangora in Niger State, Damari, Kaba, and Kajiji in Sokoto, while the rest were from Berna in Kebbi State. Properties and goods worth several millions of naira have been destroyed following a downpour that lasted several hours in Markudi. The worst hit area was Wurunkum, the part of Markudi where the bridges across the river Benue is sited. The entire Wurunkum market was submerged in water, while the water level in most places was still ankle deep. Many makeshift stores also collapsed on themselves, destroying goods in the process. Benue State government officials who visited the market alleged that most of the drains around the area were blocked by refuse, those for allowing flooding of the market space. A former president of Academic Staff Union of University Dipo Fashino, who was earlier declared missing, has been found in Turkey. The former ASU chair was said to have been missing since Saturday, July 1. In a tweet, the Nigerians in diaspora commission said Fashino was found at the airport and was on his way to Nigeria. Fashino was traveling to Algeria when he was said to have missed his connection flight from Istanbul, Turkey. And that concludes Sunshine Report this afternoon on Osrc Television. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.